You're a Jedi.
Before we start today's video, check out our affiliate links in the description down below. These can make some great gifts with the holiday season just around the corner, or even a gift for yourself. It supports the channel at no extra cost of you. Thanks so much. May the Force be with you, and enjoy the video.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in today's video we are going to be discussing the likelihood of what we already may know about Star Wars Skeleton Crew Season 2 being in development. Not just that, but also some new implications, reveals, and even teases for Star Wars Skeleton Crew with its first season, as that is just around the corner with its 2-episode premiere on December 3rd. Guys, of course, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys, everything that we know and everything that we'd be anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a quick read from screenrant.com as an overall garnering source. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. So let's discuss the more important of the matter, the more interesting, I think, of the matter. Skeleton Crew Season 2 being into development, what is going on with that? If for anything, actually, their article says that it has been thrown into doubt, and that if for anything, they don't think that would be a very likely thing to happen. But hey, that doesn't mean the end of the characters for Skeleton Crew, as they would more than likely pop up around in other areas in the Mandoverse. Ahsoka Season 2, the Book of Boba Fett Season 2, whatever they do with the future of the Mandalorian, whether or not that's the Mandalorian Season 4, or if it is just going to be just the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. I think you guys already know all my thoughts on that, by which let me know what you guys are all thinking in the comments down below. I think it would be a really dumb decision for them to end the Mandalorian with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie as an overall series. That, of course, doesn't mean the end of the characters from there as well, as that rumor also indicates that they would pop up in other sections of the Mandoverse, like Ahsoka Season 2, essentially. But that's a discussion for another time. We have a couple of other videos here on the channel already discussing and talking about that. This video is about Skeleton Crew, what's happening with the next Star Wars show. A surprising new report has thrown the future of Star Wars Skeleton Crew into doubt, with it continuing on for a second season, but not just that, but beyond it, with having the characters appear and pop up in other areas of the Mandoverse. Star Wars' upcoming TV show, Skeleton Crew, is set to launch with its 2-episode premiere on December 3rd, and the exciting new series promises to be the perfect Christmas fanfare, telling the story of a bunch of children from an Earth-like planet who find themselves wandering into the unknown strange galaxy and even cross paths with a Jedi, Jude Law's Jod Nana Wood. It's generally expected that to be one and a done of a limited series, at least from what we know for the time being, but it hasn't been necessarily marketed as a limited series, like maybe in comparison to how Obi-Wan Kenobi was, essentially. I think that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show had always been perceived, conceived, marketed, and promoted as a just a limited series, but now there's, as we know, other discussions talking about that, so definitely go check out some of those other videos that we have now, knowing more about Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, everything that's going on with that. The newest report from The Hollywood Reporter suggests that Skeleton Crew's future has yet to been decided, though, however, from Lucasfilm and Disney, and it will probably be one of those things that's simply on hold until after the series had fully debuted all of its episodes, and that's honestly the way that it should be. Although the report also acknowledges that this was only ever been described as a limited series, from what we can tell, it adds that Lucasfilm is considering Skeleton Crew a series unless its ratings decide otherwise. It's just not going to be liked or perceived well from the fans, but in this day and age of Star Wars, you really can't base it off of that, so I find that very unfair, to be honest with you guys. I think that there are shows out there like Obi-Wan Kenobi or like the Book of Boba Fett that definitely already should have had second seasons. I think, if for anything, there's fans out there that are going to wake up in the morning and hate on the new Star Wars Disney projects regardless of what it is, even the good ones. There are people out there that don't like the Mandalorian series or the Mandalorian Season 2 or Season 1, even if you want to talk about the specifics of it on that forefront. So it makes sense for the House of Mouse to dictate things upon ratings, and, you know, not just necessarily purely based upon story or how maybe one niche group of fans may feel about a given series, because these things cost money. This is noted into a critical assessment of Lucasfilm's TV output, which points out that the upcoming slate is depleted after next year's Andor Season 2 draws to an end. Aside from really Andor Season 2, we don't know what else is going to be released to the Disney Plus streamer for the Star Wars franchise and IP. I think that Star Wars Visions Volume 3 has pretty solid chances. I would like to think that Tales of the Jedi Season 2 also has its chances, as that was something that was supposed to have been released in the fall of 2024, like nowish, but we haven't heard anything about it, so I'm hoping that maybe that is something that will be held off for a little bit later. But other than the Andor Season 2, there's nothing else going for the Disney IP under Star Wars and for the Disney Plus streamer, which is honestly a little bit concerning because it's something that we just haven't had for the last couple of years at this point. It feels like in the last couple of years, since 2019, since the Disney Plus streamer even began, we have had consistent content, consistent shows to look forward to, at least 2 to 3 projects for the Disney Plus streamer for the Star Wars IP to look forward to, and now in 2025, that doesn't seem to be the case. I think 2026 will definitely pick things right back up with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie being released, and Ahsoka Season 2 having great chances of also being released along there, whether that's before or right after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie comes to theaters is one of those things that's up in the air for the time being. And honestly, another thing that we've discussed in and out of videos here on the channel, it may be a gooder thing for the Star Wars IP and franchise to take a bit of a quote-unquote hiatus before they come out with a theatrical release and kind of repump the Star Wars IP back to life. Now, created by John Watts and Christopher Ford, Skeleton Crew has been positioned as an Amblin-style coming-of-age adventure, very similar to described as what Stranger Things was or the Goonies movie was, except iterated into Star Wars and into space, which explains why the show is releasing around Christmas time, with episodes coming out on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve as well. It's always been touted as a one-and-done limited series, it feels, as The Hollywood Reporter had mentioned, although its place in the Star Wars timeline in this post-Return of the Jedi era with the Mandoverse as part of the ever-expanding Mandoverse means that characters and concepts and storylines and plot lines will likely serve as a setup for future other stories to be told within other stories or other shows and projects more likely. It's one of those things that's up in the air and it's too soon to really tell, so let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.